Welcome to the Rob and Cale Show. Ron Sanders
Now, I'm not doing anything flashy, Daddy, but I'm getting results.
and Cale Hall.
The biggest and the best looking is right here. It's been your pleasure.
The Rob and Cale Podcast.
That's right, by God. It is your pleasure. As we return this evening after taking off Sunday night because the COVID vaccine decided to kick me straight in my dick. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rob Sanders. I represent the Clemson Tigers on this podcast. I'm despised by Georgia fans, and you know what? I understand why I'm despised by Georgia fans, because they have an inferior football program, and they want to run their dick suckers at me all the time and talk about how, they're going to be winning by 3 touchdowns. Shout out to Beg and Megan, who comments that shit on my Fox Sports radio show. By the way, the Las Vegas odds makers say that you're a 3-point underdog, which means if you played us in Death Valley, we'd be favored by 6 points. Anyway,
that's conservative as hell.
That is conservative as hell.
It really is. Look at what you all have coming back, and look at what they got coming back. It's a bunch of it's a lot of question marks. There is something to be said there's something to be said for recruiting number 1 or number 2 every year, and failing to develop that talent, but it still ends up going to the NFL.
By the way, let me introduce hold on one second, dear kind sir. Let me introduce the other half of this podcast, because his name is on the marquee and is just as important as mine. And you know what? If he wanted to do his own fucking radio show, you would listen. He is known as Carolina Jackpot. He scratches lottery tickets and attempts to own Twitter fans, Clemson fans on Twitter. He is, of course, Cale Hall. Cale, please spit that Georgia gospel, because I'm telling you, it's funny. Especially the Georgia fan. It's a 3-point. How is Clemson favored by 3? I just don't understand.
Yeah, they don't. Honestly, guys. Come on. You don't believe that. You do not believe that. Don't believe the nonsense that you've been filled up with for however long. You're in for a bad time. You really are, and if you won this game, it would shock me. It would shock me. I would be very surprised. I would be, honestly, though, more surprised than I was last year when Clemson got their doo-doo pushed in by Ohio State. I'm not throwing shade at Clemson, but it would be more surprising to me if Georgia beats Clemson in that game than it was when Ohio State went out there and mollywopped them, because I could see that one coming. And I laid money down on that one. I made some nice money on that one, of course, throughout the course of, the NFL season, of the NFL playoffs. I lost all that. What was like $500 or something I made off that. I lost all that back betting on stupid teams and stupid bets. But, it was fun while it lasted. Because, like they say, when you betting, a lot of times, or for most times, if you're not really smart, kind of like me, because I'm not smart, you're going to give it back to the house.
I have to welcome into our chat room over there, Mr. Sweeney Osterine, our first non-binary listener. He's on record. She, whatever is on record. That's a non-binary listener, the first one for the Rob and Cale podcast. We appreciate Sweeney Osterine joining the show. Obviously dumb picking Georgia to win 31-27. Apparently, Sweeney Osterine is one of those guys that probably thinks Will Muschamp is a valid individual.
Last night, Rob, I almost called you something else on his live show. I threw Uncle Lou a $10 super chat, and I said over under on the ukulele man throwing for 400 yards in Bank of America Stadium on September 4th. He said under. He's like, go ahead and take that bet if you like losing money. If you're allergic to money, go on ahead and take that bet. But he's not throwing for 400 yards on UGA, sir. That's crazy.
Sweeney Osterine says, refer to me as they. Okay, they, our first non-binary listener to the show. We are an all-accepting podcast here, ladies and gentlemen. We accept everyone, even wonderful Beg and Megan, who says, Christ almighty, I can smell the stupidity through my phone. No, sir. that would be your upper lip. You're not smelling stupidity from here. That's the foulness that is your upper lip, sir.
What he said that when in a comment or just now?
Yeah, just in the comments. What Megan said in the comment.
The comments just now, or the comments on something previous? Oh,
no, it's just now. He just said it. So I'm opening up the phone lines tonight because I want to do that, Jackpot. We've got some football lines here that are interesting, but I wanted to get your opinion first on that Clemson, Georgia line.
Brandon Coon said, thank you. Shout out. Brandon Coon says, Cale, you've lost so much weight. You have went from King Kong Bundy to Stone Cold Steve Austin in just a few months. Thank you. But first off, I don't. I appreciate the compliment. Hell, I don't look like Stone Cold yet.
No, if you grew some hair, you'd look like fucking Dolph Ziggler, though. I'd buy that.
Oh yeah. Or Jack Swagger, the All-American American.
Jack Swagger, yeah.
Yeah. But also to that point, dude, I wasn't never as big as King Kong Bundy. God dang.
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
Whatever his name is, soul.
He's dead. He's dead, isn't he? Maybe
he's dead.
He is dead?
No, he's dead. He's dead.
Yeah, who else is dead?
Fucking everybody.
Vader.
But Hogan. Yeah, Vader's a fucking man. Anyway, I'm going to open up the phones because I want to get people's reaction to some of these lines that have come out on the FanDuel site. You know, when the comrade used to do this show, he would tell me that this is just what Vegas thinks, and that would make me calm down a little bit. But I see some of these lines like the LSU is a 24-point favorite, or 24-point underdog to Alabama at Alabama. And I'm like, are they thinking LSU is going to suck? What's the deal? Anyway, 803-470-2905.
We'll get into that in a second. I wrote down on the lines you sent me, Rob. I wrote down about 10 of them that I think are crazy, and we'll talk about that. The big boss. I knew the big boss man, Ray Traylor, was dead. I did not know Bam Bam Bigelow, the beast from the east, from Asbury Park, New Jersey, was dead too.
Yeah, all of our wrestling heroes are dead, except for Ric Flair and what's his name, Hulk Hogan. Pretty much.
God, and you would think, I mean, as much as he drank back in the day and went crazy, you'd think Ric Flair would have been dead 15 years ago, but I mean, he's still kicking, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Sweeney Day Osterine says, I know, comrade, this is what Vegas thinks that the people think. I bet that Sweeney Osterine has a relationship with the comrade. That would make a lot of sense.
I bet he does too. That's intimate.
Probably. No, they probably do. They probably do. Anyway, Brandon says the Iron Sheik is still alive. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he is. We know that. He tweets all the time. And he'll tweet just the craziest shit, like, if you eat ice cream sandwiches, you are the fucking jabroni.
Out to the phones we go. And welcome into the Rob and Cale show. Good evening.
Hey, guys. Is this the Delusionist Support Group hotline?
Delusionist Support Group hotline? No, but we'll be happy to take your call. You're not going to jump off a cliff or anything, are you?
No, I was actually going to commend you guys on the progress you're making and even becoming more and more delusional as we get closer to the season here, suffer through this off season. Cale, I'll get to you in a minute. Let me address the irrelevant Gamecock fan on the show here. Mr. Carolina Crack Pipe, sir. I owe you an apology.
I thought you'd
He's
I was
confused.
waiting. I was sitting back here waiting just
confused.
like this. You're supposed to get to me in a minute, and then now you start going all off. So,
all right, let's start over. Who are you going to address first, sir? Let's try to stay in our lane.
Who's going to feel the wrath first?
That would be you, Mr. Crack Pipe.
All right, good. Let me take my medicine and get it over with early. Gotta get pee-pee. You there?
comment. I'm seeing
comments just now, or the comments on something previous?
No, just now. You just said it. So, suck? What's the deal? Anyway, 803-470-2905.
We'll get into that in a second. I wrote down on these lines to send you, Rob. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me talking to you? Y'all hear me? I don't know what happened to Rob. We were on the phone with Doug and Megan. I think Doug and Megan threw some kind of that heebie-jeebie on the phones.
Yeah. Hold on a second there, Jackpot. My internet completely dropped. So sorry about that.
Excuse me. My name is Crackpipe. What happened to Doug and Megan?
My internet dropped with my computer, so I'm for some reason it's like all of my internet just died. So I'm reconnecting my internet. So Beg and Megan, we will get back with you in just a moment. As
call back, please.
Yeah,
We're sorry. You can do it. Collect. You can do it. I know you probably can't rub two damn nickels together in that damn Georgia mobile home you live in. So I will take it. Give me a collect person call. Cale F. Hall, Simpsonville, South Carolina. Thank you very much.
Hold on just a second here. As I'm reconnecting my internet here, but it's.
See, I reach out to people like that. I reach out to people in need, and I touch them.
You what?
Not literal. I'm not literally. I touch their souls or their hearts. And
How do you manage that?
It's not easy. I mean, but
not easy at all. Well, anyway, yeah, they're saying my AOL dial-up died. No, it's not like that. But Jackpot, go over some of those lines really quick while I go over here and reset my router, okay?
All right. Rob's going to go over there and tie another string to his two soup cans that he's got right now. So I'm just looking at some of these lines that FanDuel.com has already thrown out for week 1 through 4 or 5. And some of these I just think are ridiculous, and let's just talk about them. They got UNC going on the road, and they're -6.5 at Virginia Tech. That's opening week. I think UNC is going to beat Virginia Tech by more than 6.5. They returned 90% of their deep offense, 90% of their defense. Let's just be frank, their defense was terrible. But Virginia Tech, they were horrible last year, and they really don't have a lot coming back this year that excites me. I think they're factoring the home crowd, the Lane Stadium, blah, blah, bullshit there. Lane Stadium doesn't intimidate anyone anymore. UNC wins this game large, and they're making a statement. LSU -3 at UCLA. People are underrating LSU this year. Look at their recruiting classes, with the past 3 years have ranked in the top 5. Look at UCLA, who's averaged about number 40. And I can't say a lot. I mean, South Carolina's been below that mark one time. But UCLA, -3, I mean, come on. No. LSU will beat them by at least 3 scores. UCLA is dog shit. And Chip Kelly, your offense was innovative in 2009. In 2021, it's not innovative anymore. So LSU is going to smash them in the face. Clemson -3 versus Georgia. That line's not big enough. And this is not me being a troll, being a hater, just being a dickhead. That is not. I don't believe that's enough. I think Clemson beats them by double digits. Ole Miss -7 against Louisville, same thing. Ole Miss is way better than Louisville offensively. I think they run away with this game. I see them winning that by double digits. Louisville just not. They're not good. Man, they're bad. Just a bad football team. They really are. Scott Satterfield, their coach, Dudu confirmed. I would take Ole Miss there if I was you. Texas I think this is week 2, -4 at Arkansas. That looks like a silly line to me. I think Texas wins that one by plenty. Stanford +14.5 at USC. I don't know why USC's gotten that much love. They're not that good. They'll probably lose, but Stanford's not going to lose by that much. Once again, Alabama -14.5 at Florida. It gets way worse than that. Alabama will name the score against Florida. Florida sucks. They've lost a lot of skill position talent and talent on the deep. They have lost a lot of talent. Tennessee +15.5 at Florida. Mark my words, that one will be closer than that. Tennessee covered against Florida last year when I didn't think they would, and cost me a bunch of money on them down parlay. Fuck them. They usually do that kind of stuff. I think, though, they keep it close to that. And then FSU +17 at Florida. That one will be closer than that, too. Florida is not good. They are not good. Dan Mullen is not a good football coach. He's just not. He almost incited a riot at midfield against Missouri, of all teams. Hey, at least if you're going to incite a riot, at least make it against somebody exciting. Doing it against Missouri is like doing it against fucking Kansas. It's like farting in the damn wind, and nobody fucking cares. Yeah. And then we dress up like Darth Vader after the game and try to play it off and act stupid. But I think Florida State will be improved a lot by that point in time in the season, and I think they keep that one closer than that 17 points. They try to make this a true rivalry again. So those are just some of the ones that just jumped off the page. At Carolina Jackpot. I don't know what Rob's got going on right now. It looks like he's still over there in his black hole. But
I am in a black hole. What's wrong with that? I'm resetting my computer. Apparently something happened with my internet here. Sorry to Beg and Megan, we didn't hang up on you. Should be booted back up here in just a second.
So, little tip, you got to pay the bills. Yeah.
Come on now. I was hearing what you were talking about. I personally think that you said that you think it's going – you like Tennessee and that line with Georgia?
I said Florida, not Georgia. Okay. Tennessee, Georgia wasn't listed.
I was talking about Tennessee. Like the line on the Tennessee game is like 14 points or something. Georgia is going to mouth pump Tennessee. Tennessee is going to be that one. Not very good this year. I believe that. And, everybody that left and Jackpot knows about this whole thing of we don't have any depth. You hear that a lot. That's what Tennessee's problem is going to be. So,
lack of depth. Does
that phrase piss you off a lot? The whole lack of
depth.
Who's
gonna be on the pass
rush? We don't have a pass rush.
We don't have a pass rush. We got a lack of depth.
Hilarious. But yeah, there's that. But did you see the LSU line where LSU is like a 24-point underdog at Alabama? That just seems.
No, like I didn't see it because I think it's bullshit.
Well, tell me why it's bullshit.
What does Alabama have this year? They've lost a lot of players too. I think LSU, I think they're getting underrated. Big time. I think, do I think Ed Orgeron's a bad coach? No. I think he's dealing with a lot of problems that happened before he got there. And I think they're going to figure that quarterback position out. They're going to be dangerous. I'm telling you, that's going to be a 9 or 10 game winner this year. They're not losing by 24 to something called Bryce Young. Sorry, Bryce Dung. No kin to Thomas Dana Dung.
Gator Tooth 615 says he heard Beggin' Megan was fake news.
Well, you heard right.
I don't. The thing with Beggin' Megan is he has some very. He says some things that are very worthwhile, but then when it comes to Georgia, it's like he takes 18 stupid pills. And then there's Beggin' Megan with, I say that, and then he gives us the super chat that says Florida will be the most disappointing team of 2021. Is anybody really expecting anything of Florida? I mean, I could buy that, but I love Emory. What's the kid's name that's going to take over at quarterback? Emory Jones.
Emory Jones.
You know that some Florida fan was telling me the other day that this kid is a faster version of Tebow. I'm not joking. That's what I heard. So I don't know about all that.
If that were true, they would have had his start in the past 2 years.
Well, that's a good point too.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of crazy.
If that were true, when Felipe Franks got hurt in that game against Kentucky a couple of years ago and I knocked his ass out, I would have said, "Come on, what he's came in there and he's ran the Wildcat like 1 or 2 times every 3 games for the past 3 years. It seems like literally he has been there since Steve Spurrier coached Florida. It seemed like he's been there for a long ass time, rocking it the long way and doing nothing. And nothing against the guy, but I just think that his scheme is solid. His quarterback just doesn't fit what Darth Vader wants to do. And he hadn't been playing him.
Jackpot, help me out here. Gator Tooth says he's a lewd knob gobbler. Yes, you Beggin' Megan. Why are people bad-mouthing Uncle Lou? Uncle Lou doesn't bother anybody. Holy shit.
I don't know. Beggin' Megan called into Uncle Lou's show last night, and they had a little talk / circle jerk, and I said something about listening to this verbal diarrhea. I mean, I was just giving him a hard time, but Beggin' Megan knows I like him. I mean, he's smart football wise, but I mean, when it comes to his Georgia Bulldogs, I mean, he's a little bit delusional. And like he calls us delusional. I'm not delusional. I'm telling you. I'm not sitting here telling you something dumb like South Carolina's going to beat Georgia by 3 touchdowns this year. I mean, or something stupid like that. I'm telling you, right. Clemson's going to beat you by double digits. I believe it. I believe that to be fact. And if I had to put money on Clemson beating you by double digits or Georgia winning outright, I'd put money on Clemson beating them by double digits. Because I think it just proven. Georgia just on shaky ground to me. They're still just have a lot left to. There's a lot to be desired there. You're as strong as you look last year against us. Your running game, I still don't know who's going to lead that running game. Your receiver game, you got some talent there, but I mean your best wide receivers hurt. The rest of the guys you got, one of the other kids you got was hurt last year, a nasty injury. If anybody saw that, is his name Rosamond St. Jack? Did you see that in that Florida game last year?
I did, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God damn, man. That
was
worse than that damn Joe Theismann injury. I don't ever want to see something like that. I felt bad for that guy, but I mean, he never going to be the same.
Right.
And,
just for a minute, BVD said for folks to drop in on our show, and we appreciate that. So, if you watch our show, there's other shows.
Where's BVD?
That are great.
Where's BVD?
Yeah. I watch Uncle Lou's show. I watch Pigskin Pete, some of his stuff. And there's some other guys that I watch too. I watch an LSU podcast, Tyler Crowder's podcast. I mean, there's good stuff out there, and there's college football content out there for everyone. You just got to find what you like. So we try to do things a little differently, but
there's shit out there too.
You're right. There was one show that I got turned on to, and I won't bring the guy out.
Filibuster for a minute. I got to go drain it.
Well, but this guy, he does this show, and it was it was pretty bad. And he emailed me, or he messaged me on Twitter, and he asked me what I thought of it. And I told him, I was like, hey, you know, how long have you been doing it? And he's like, oh, about 3 years. I was like, oh God. So there is a lot of crap out there. Just find what you like, man. That's the big thing. And go from there. Thank you, Huffer Billy Paul. Thank you, Arkansas Man number 1. Normally, my technology works. I know it's kind of crazy, but for some reason, my internet crashed, and I had to go reset my internet and then restart my computer, and then I get one of these freaking updates. So, thank you for that. Gator Tooth says he loves the show and he watches me every day. Thank you, Gator Tooth. My little Fox Sports Radio show. It's funny because we got our ratings the other day, and it was one of the highest ratings books we've had in our history there at Fox Sports Radio. So shout out to you guys for that.
Lord.
I know, right?
He just farted.
Oh, Ziggy?
Fucking dog just farted.
That's your dog. You're probably feeding him.
I know it's my dog. Damn. He doesn't
How
have
much beer
anybody
does that
else's
dog
name
drink,
on him,
Cale?
motherfucker. But when a dog farts, that's the worst thing in the world, isn't it, buddy? It is. Yes, it is.
It was literally, it's frustrating because with the internet thing, because like once that goes down, it's like, what the hell? And I appreciate Brock watching the show, but yeah, I didn't tell you that, Jackpot. Our ratings book came out, and Fox Sports Radio in Columbia had one of its highest books as far as ratings in like, I think the past 15 years. So
throw a thing on there, Rob. Tell Beg and Megan, say either I've been blocked or the phones aren't working.
Beg and Megan,
We ain't
I'm
blocking
resetting the
nothing.
whole computer, brother. This is going through my iPhone right here. Nobody's blocked you, Beg and Megan. We appreciate you, Georgia fans, because you guys are hardcore, man. You still think you're awesome. Even though that last national title was in 1980, you still think you're just like the most relevant program ever.
Let me address this real quick. Eric Wyman says, Cale got a good shirt on tonight. I do. I bought this from a guy on the one of the Tennessee the Facebook pages.
All right, want to explain that to me?
Well, it's not really a Tennessee shirt, but it's a dog. And I bought it because it kind of looks like my boy Ziggy. I guess this is a shirt. Couldn't get down, and it's got a Tennessee thing there. I think this is cool. It's not really Tennessee related, but it is.
I thought you were wearing a Clemson shirt when I seen it. I didn't want to call you out on it.
No, it's not a fucking Clemson shirt. By God, no, hell no.
I'm just saying that's what it
I will
looks
wear.
like.
I'm wearing that though on September the 4th. So I mean, whatever.
I
just think this is
Eddie
cool.
I'm just shirt, by the way, and it's
this guy makes these shirts. He's on the Tennessee checkerboard. They're nice enough to let me in their Facebook group, and I can post my videos on there sometimes. So I mean, whatever. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a coon tick hound.
Okay.
I saw a coon tick hound. I seriously thought a few years ago about buying one of those to be a companion for my pit bull dog Marley. At the time, somebody had them for sale at the flea market in Pickens, South Carolina, and I don't know. I just there were $300 for these puppies, but I just didn't pull the trigger because I was like, that dog will be too loud and probably not what you need to have if you live in a subdivision, you know.
Yeah, because
probably a little bit loud.
Yeah, there's that too. What was the? Oh, yeah, Jackpot's wearing a Clemson shirt on the day of the Georgia game. That's gonna happen.
It's not gonna be a Clemson shirt. It's gonna be an orange shirt that says "Tater for a Day." And you tell your boy Eddie Hicks you better do the thing up right. I don't want no Gamecock colors on it with this. Now. I want something that I can remember forever. Because
okay, well, Eddie will take care of you. So
Gator Tooth 615 says Stetson Bennett is starting week 1 versus Raiders. Kirby knows his shit on quarterbacks. That would not surprise me at all. To see that happen.
SEC Dog says Jackpot needs a tater shirt, a hat, and a rock to rub week 1 to get the full tater experience and lower his IQ.
It's already coming.
Okay.
Already coming.
I didn't know you were gonna have a rock, Jackpot. That's kind of cool.
Y'all did this to yourself, sir. You did this to yourself. You hired Will Muschamp. You stole our damn recruit. You fucked with us just because we beat your ass fair and square, ate your hedges, and made you look dumb, and now you done gone and fucked it up. So y'all did this to yourself. Don't act like you ain't got no hand in this wrongdoing here. It's not all me. It's on you guys too. The heel turn by Carolina Jackpot.
Well, but listen though, in reality though, it's kind of a no-lose situation for you because if Georgia loses, you get to mock the shit out of them. If Clemson loses, you get to mock the shit out of them too.
Clemson loses, I'm gonna cry.
Fuck out of here with all that. You're not talking to some crazy ass idiot over here. I know you better than that. If Clemson loses, you will not cry.
I will.
If you cry, I swear to you, I'm going to drive up there to your house, and we're going to have a moment like from The Godfather. I'm going to smack you in the mouth. What's the matter with you? Act like a man. Come on, man. You're not going to be crying. That's hilarious. Jackpot crying. Even Ziggy's over there looking like, yeah, whatever, Pops. That shit ain't happening. I ain't fucking crying over a football game. Get out of here, man.
I'm looking excited. You know what would make that day, what would make the day worse? It would be if Clemson loses to Georgia, and I'm pulling for Clemson. What would I do? And then earlier in the day, what if South Carolina lost to Western Illinois State University?
Well, they're playing. If they lost to Western Illinois, that'd be great because they're playing Eastern Illinois. So,
what?
But if you're losing to the West, you might as well lose to the whole fucking state. Poor Jackpot. No, you guys are gonna blow Eastern Illinois out.
Well, the real Illinois is playing in week 0.
You want to react to Beggin' Megan's comment there?
There are no lose situations for Jackpot. He's a poor man's George Costanza. He'll always find a way to lose. Ever seen his videos? No. You never saw my videos pre 2014. So
SEC Dog says you got to really fuck something up and no half-assing it if they lose. I thought about telling Jackpot, why don't we get together and I don't know, you and I'll pool some money and put it on Clemson. That way there's some money behind it.
Huffer Billy Paul says Ziggy is the star of the show in my book. You guys need to keep him in the picture like this as much as possible. What kind of dog? What kind of dog do you think he is, Huffer Billy Paul? I mean, I've tried to figure out what he is. I think he's a mutt / Carolina brown dog, to what I call him. But I don't really know what kind of pooch he is. He's not a pit bull. And maybe he has some hound or retriever in him. Do that paw so people can see your face. And he's like, I don't know.
He looks like a beagle and a hound mix.
Oh,
with the way his snout is, I don't know.
He's a good boy. Yeah, that was a friend of mine. You know, I had to have my doggy that was my best friend. I had to have her put down not a couple of years, a year and a half ago. And the week after that, I was so sad. And a friend of mine was like, well, you need to come down here to Anderson. She said, because she's like, I rescued this dog outside the animal shelter because the animal shelter in Anderson was actually full. And it wouldn't take any other dogs in. And this young couple had this boy right here, and they couldn't keep him because their landlord said they couldn't have any dogs, some shit. And the guy had bought him, or not bought him, he had gotten him for a Christmas present for the girl. And they were about to dump him outside the animal shelter because the animal shelter wouldn't take any more dogs. And my friend said, nope, that one's coming with me. And then like a week later, she got in contact with me. She said, you need to come meet this dog. I'm like, I don't want to meet a damn dog. She's like, Kel, you need to come meet this dog. I'm like, I don't want to meet a damn dog. Finally, I went down there and met the dog, and he jumped up on me as soon as he met me. And I'm like, okay, you're coming home.
Yeah, that's that. It's funny how Jackpot, the dog story with Jackpot. Jackpot used to have a bird too. Jackpot likes the animals. I'm more of a cat guy. I like my cats. I got some dogs, but I've got a black cat that I named Harambe. That's my favorite animal.
Brock Lee said he obviously looks like a pug. Yeah, obviously, Brock. He's a pug.
I'm not buying he's a pug, but Uncle Billy Paul says he chose you. Imagine that.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
All right. Well, I should have my internet. My internet is actually working now. I'm just getting everything reset here, and we'll be able to go back in and finish up the show here. But Jackpot, was there? Did you have any other lines on there you didn't like, or any ones that you want to bet on? Did you find one that you thought, man, that was easy money?
I don't know. I really think LSU -3 at UCLA. I think that's just silly. I think LSU will beat the brakes off them. They can't even. I didn't write this one down. They had who was it? Cincinnati on the road at Notre Dame minus or plus like 2 or 3. I think Notre Dame takes care of them. I think they take care of business. That's just one that just.
What about Florida -15 at home to Alabama?
Florida -15 at home to Alabama. Are you smoking crack? What?
No, I'm sorry, +15. I'm sorry, +15.
Yeah, I think Alabama's going to road grade them.
That's like the second game of the season, so.
Yeah, that's ooh boy.
What a mess. All right, I'm going to enter back on my computer now, so I'm going to leave here, and so we don't get any feedback. All right. There we go. Look at that. Now it works. And I'm going to reset the phone here because I feel bad because Beg and Megan called. Let me get the phone system back up. And we'll be good to go. Sorry about that. As internet crash, not much we can do about that. When your internet dies, the world dies with it, is the way that it seems. As my phone system boots back up, Jackpot says he thinks that Alabama's going to road grade Florida. That's pretty interesting. Interesting stuff there. I mean, you see Alabama dropping a game, Jackpot? I mean, seriously.
I don't know. I mean, it all depends on the quarterback play. I mean, if this guy, God damn, what's his damn name?
Bryce Jones?
Bryce Jones. If he's as good as advertised, probably not, but I don't know. A little bit of limited action last year, but
yeah.
I mean, they recruit so well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I don't know. It's hard to figure out. I would just like for one of the. I mean, and who would not? What red-blooded American would not like to see one of their goddamn recruiting classes not pan out? I'm all for it, but I mean, it's not happened yet. So shit. I mean, we're just sitting here waiting. We're just holding our dick in our hand, waiting for them to fuck up, or waiting for Nick Saban to die. I don't know which one of those will happen first, but
yeah, we'll just sit here with our dick in our hands and just wait. Basically, you're probably right about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, those are some interesting lines. Iowa State, an 8.5-point underdog on the road at Oklahoma. I thought that was interesting too because they're always a tough out. They really are. So
these guys aren't loving Iowa State as much. You sure?
Yeah.
They're like or they a favorite favorite at home against Iowa. Hawkeyes.
The Hawkeyes, yeah. All right, so if you'd like to call into the show, 803-470-2905. The phone system is now back up. Brandon, I'm still got this crazy drainage and everything from taking that COVID shot.
It's a mess. Megan, quit being sorry.
You're welcome to call the show back if you would like.
Campbell's Campbell's cream chicken soup can that he had strung to the damn Campbell's cream of broccoli. He don't want to mean to. It just happens.
Wait, what? I don't. Did I miss something? What's up with that? I don't get that.
Two soup cans on a string was like the way that people used to talk to each other back in the day on the phone.
Right.
I'm talking about your internet, making fun of it, putting two together.
Oh, okay. Well, as much money as I spend on this internet, that shit should be working fucking all the time. I mean, it really should. So, anyway, looks like the phone system is back up and running. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. I just tested the internet speed and it's completely off the chart. So you call in, it should work. In theory, it should. And we'll take your calls. It'll be about another 10 minutes. We'll take calls. But
give us a call. I mean, give us a call. Give us one of them funny calls and drop you a racial slur so we can just boot you. Even that will be appreciated.
Oh,
it'll be funny. There'll be some action.
We don't need that. Do not call the program and use racial slurs.
No, I'm not saying that I encourage you to use racial slurs. I'm saying if you call and do that and we dump you off the thing, at least we'll get some action on his phone lines because they've been rusty lately. Yeah, well, the phone lines are going to be better come football season, I'm sure. Well, Uncle Lou's phone lines stay jammed all the time. We need to get ours up to that point. We need to figure out what the secret formula is. Secret recipe. Oh, there you go, though.
Well, I just called in on it. It's working. So there, I know the phone lines are working. So 803-470-2905.
Thank you.
Yep. And let's head out to the phones. There we go. And welcome into the Rob and Cale show. And good evening to you. What's up?
Hey, man, this is Gator Tooth.
Gator Tooth, how are you?
Tooth, what's up?
I'm good, man. I was listening to Cale talk about the Uncle Lou show and how y'all's lines ain't backed up, so I figured I'd call.
Well, explain to me, sir, and I'm not trying to be a smart ass here. How did you come up with the name Gator Tooth? Because that's an interesting name.
I try to be different than everybody else. I'm a Gator fan, but I don't know. It just kind of came to me.
That's not bad. Well,
615 is Tennessee. I live in Nashville, so. Man,
that's some odd shit. You're a Gator fan in Knoxville, but that's
Nashville, man.
Oh, in Nashville. Oh, okay. Well, hell, Vanderbilt, they don't care. you go there and own that stadium
I used
for a
to live
quarter.
in Gainesville, man, in my college days.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
anyway, I want to tell y'all got an awesome show.
Well, thank you.
Both y'all are pretty hilarious, and I love y'all's stuff.
Well, thank you, Gator Tooth. You're always welcome to call in, brother. And hopefully you won't be telling me that Emory Jones is a faster version of Tim Tebow, because then I don't know if we could take you seriously. Someone actually told me that the other day.
I hope for the best. That's all I can do, man.
I hear you, brother. Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you, brother.
Megan not to be I was about to say, tell Beg and Megan not to be scared and run off.
Oh no, but Beg and Megan,
that's inevitable.
It may be too late for Beg and Megan, man. We don't want to mess with the old man. You know how that is.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night.
Appreciate it, Gator Tooth. Gator Tooth joining the show. I think that's our first Florida fan that's actually called the show there, Jackpot.
Yeah, he is. Congratulations for popping the Gator cherry. But he's from Nashville.
Yeah.
Nashville's like one of those quasi-sports college towns, kind of like Atlanta, where it's okay to be a fan of the team that is not centrally located in said city, because the team that's centrally located in said city sucks really bad. Georgia Tech in Atlanta, Vanderbilt in Nashville. So,
yeah, you're probably right. Brandon with a good comment there. Let's see.
I'm right.
Brandon's hilarious. Yeah, you're probably right.
I know I'm right. Right.
Yeah, you're always right. I don't know. We'll call him. He probably won't answer the phone. There, I'll call the comrade. Comrade's hilarious. Let's see if he'll answer the phone. I mean, you are his son, there, Brandon. Let's see if he answers the phone. He probably won't.
This is Mike. I'm not here right now. Leave a message, and I'll get back to you. Thank you.
He doesn't want to answer the phone. That's just the way. He'll text me in a minute and be like, "What do you want?"
That's the second time.
He'll be like jerking off to a Boston Red Sox box score. Leave me alone. That's what we'll get from him. All right. Final call for calls this evening, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905.
Atlanta Braves won tonight, by the way.
They did. They did. Pretty impressive. Finally starting to not look like shit. By the way, we haven't talked about the Gamecock baseball team. They're going to play 4th-ranked Tennessee. Brandon sent me a message earlier. D1 Baseball says the Gamecocks have got to win that series over the 4th-ranked Volunteers if they want to have an opportunity to host.
I agree with that.
Can they get the job done, Jackpot?
I don't know. It's going to be tough. 4th-ranked team in the country. Which, I mean, I haven't watched a lot of Tennessee baseball this year. So,
well, the Tennessee fans don't either. They don't care. I don't think they care as much about baseball. I do like
care as much about baseball as I do about that shit damn tard football program. But in baseball, they're like top 5. That makes sense. They're backward as hell.
What was the there's another Manning kid that's going to be it's like Cooper Manning's son, Arch Manning or whatever. Manning? Is that his name, Arch Manning?
Yeah, and he's supposed to be like on Clemson's list, or Clemson's in his. I
personally, if he signs with Clemson, I'll be shocked. But the Tennessee fans, there's a lot of them on Twitter. They're like, "Oh, he's coming to Tennessee." I think that kid's going to go to Old Piss.
He's not that dumb.
He's not that.
What year is he, or grade is he in right now?
I think he's a junior, so he's got one more season, if I remember correctly. I have to check.
Class of 2022?
I believe so, yeah. Good point, sir. I believe so.
And he's in school where?
I don't know. I have to look that up. But I just think it's funny that they just think automatically because he's a Manning, he's coming to Tennessee. I don't know about that. Don't know about that.
He'd be on college campus in, what, a year or 2 years?
2 years.
He could come to Clemson, though, to be honest with you. I mean, because the ukulele man would be, I mean, if everybody says what he's going to be, he's a first-round draft pick. I mean, in 2 years, he would be entering his junior, which would be his last season. And, I mean, I don't know.
RMF Tide
No,
says, I don't
senior. He'd be a senior.
Piss.
He was a freshman
Yeah.
last year, which doesn't count. He's a freshman again this year.
Yeah, but he's only going to be there 2 more seasons. Let's just be real.
Oh, God. I mean,
yeah.
according to Walt Tula, who sucks the DJ Schlong every time he can get a chance, he would be a first-round draft pick right now.
Can we stop doing that? And what I mean by we is just people in general, where it's like, if you're a 42, 45-year-old man like Walt Tula is, stop fucking blowing these college players like they're the best damn thing ever. People were lying.
42. Add about 20 to that. You'd have that right.
He's 62 years old. I don't know how old he is.
He's old as fuck. He's not anywhere close to my damn age. I'll tell you that.
It's just frustrating when you hear these guys and they're like over the top, like wanting to blow these fucking players. It's like, dude, we're going to have great players across the country. You know, it's God, man. They're just kids. Just stop with the whole blowing of all these kids. That's why it's hard for me to do recruiting, because it's like you're trying to prey on the thoughts of a 16-year-old kid and what he's thinking. When I was 16 years old, I was more worried about chasing that white tail. Jackpot knows what I'm talking about, than I was about anything else. That's how what 16-year-olds do. They don't give a shit that you're a supporter of a football team. They could give 2 fucks.
I showed no discrimination to the colors of tail that I chased, but
anyway. Put me in a corner there, Jackpot. But no, it's just weird, man, how people they just put these kids like they're the second coming of Christ, and then if they're not, then they want to beat them senseless. It's just stupid. Anyway, get off on the rant that I had there. Anyway, Jackpot, we've had kind of a hodgepodge show because my internet dropped out, but it was still a fun show. When we come back on Sunday, we will have the regular season wrapped up, and yeah, the pink pie, the whitetail, yeah, all of that. You're right. Yeah, Riptide. Poonanny is more important than school. Very good, Brock. Very good. But no, when we come back on Sunday, we'll know where the Gamecocks are in the SEC tournament. And one last thing before we get out of here, someone was giving me shit in some Facebook group the other day about, why don't you ever talk about Clemson baseball? Well, the reason that I don't talk about Clemson baseball is because, well, look, this is the thing. They're not fucking terrible enough for me to sit here and be like, man, this team is fucking awful, but they're not fucking great either. They're like eating a half melted vanilla ice cream in the middle of the summer. That's about where they are. It's okay. It's but they're nothing to write home about. This is the one team, the first Clemson baseball team in like the past 10 years that when I look at them, I just feel like they're just floating. It's like when they called Owen Hart a nugget. Like, I forget who called him that, but that's how I feel. Yeah, I called him a nugget. That's kind of how I feel about this baseball team. It's like there's nothing really great about them. There's nothing really great about him. And I like Coach Monty Lee, but goddamn, his press conferences, they all sound the fucking same. It's like, it's almost Will Muschamp-like. And I'm not trying to say he's the Will Muschamp of baseball. He may end up getting Clemson back. I don't know. But I'm tired of hearing, well, we just didn't hit the ball well tonight. No fucking shit. No fucking shit. How about tell us what you're going to do to manipulate your lineup to do something else? So there's that. Arkansas man, I can send you a link here for that. I've actually got them on my Fox Sports Radio page, but you can get them at what was it called? It was what is it? FanDuel, FanDuel.com. So, but anyway, for people to say I don't care, I really do care, but it's at the point now where it's like, Jesus, you guys you keep going out there. I think they still have Omaha on the back of their hats looking like a bunch of fucking idiots. What the fuck is that all about? There's traditions to have, but the whole thing of, hey, we're going to have Omaha on the back of our hat, Jesus. Fuck
I
out of here.
don't know. Well, everybody's got to have goals, I guess.
Well, yeah. Well, my goal is to.
I mean,
have a
honestly, at this
baseball team
point,
that
it's so
doesn't
silly. I
suck.
mean, it would be honestly like the South Carolina football team going out there with Atlanta on the back of their helmet.
It's just stupid. Brandon says they could sweep Duke this weekend. Duke is a terrible last place team in the ACC.
They're not.
Duke
has a higher RPI than Clemson.
That's what Brandon said. I didn't say it.
Their RPI is higher than Taters. Go check it. They're not terrible.
You're right about that. Duke has they've won more games than Clemson.
Duke just swept Virginia Tech this past weekend.
Yeah. RMF tied with a good point. The Clemson softball team. They did not get to host a regional because of basically the size of their stadium. They're going to Alabama, and it's kind of crazy. And I'm not. I don't want to get on this whole thing here, but they finished 42-5. I think was their record. They had it was stupid how good they were, and they're going to Alabama. They play Troy on Friday at 3:00.
Oh God, they're a shoe-in for the damn national championship.
Well, but here's the thing: Clemson ends up getting the. They're playing the. If they can win that game and move on, Alabama's the number 3 seed in the country. Mm-hmm. So here's your first tournament run. You lost 5 games all year. Go play the 3rd-ranked team in the country. The NCAA can suck a dick. I'll put that out there too. So there's my Clemson takes on the evening. The baseball team sucks, and the NCAA can suck a fat dick. Would you like to add anything, Cale, before we leave?
No, I think you pretty much covered all that.
Jackpot will be back at it on Sunday. We'll have a preview of the upcoming ACC and SEC baseball tournaments. And yeah, we'll have all kinds of good stuff then. Thanks for putting up with us as we had internet difficulties. You guys have a great night.
He had internet difficulties. Mine was good.